Good evening, YouTube. Oh, Jesus, we're loud. Alright. How was that shitty Raw tonight, huh? Superstar shake-up. Superstar fuck-up, more like it, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. What a fucking shit show of a shake-up. I am so fucking disappointed in that damn show, dude. I am so disappointed. The Viking Experience. That's a good fucking name. What the fuck? The Viking Experience, dude. I just can't fucking believe this fucking shake-up. I'm so upset about it. I'm just so fucking upset because it's just... There wasn't really a shake-up. Okay, we had a couple few stars here and there. The only shake-up that really had was AJ Styles. That was it. Rey Mysterio, who cares? The Miz, he's been traded SmackDown and Raw a whole bunch of fucking times. Who cares? Who cares? No one cares. I don't care for this shake-up. And tomorrow's not gonna be any fucking better. So why should we fucking tune in tomorrow? You know, I don't fucking care. Can I edit during this? I'm live streaming. I have to. Oh yeah, I can. I'm gonna add something here because I just can't. I can't help myself. There we go. Let's spice this up a little bit here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And let's put this over here. There you go. That's more like it, huh? Some shake-up, dude. Motherfucker. Okay. And I do apologize if my live stream's in potato quality again. I gotta figure this shit out. I don't know what the hell the problem is. I'm hardwired. I have the fastest internet I can in my area. It's like 250 megabytes down. So I'm not really sure what the fuck is the issue. But you can just listen to me, I guess, in my rant here. If you guys are new to the channel here, thank you for listening, tuning in here. We come up after every Monday night to review it. Usually it's a negative review, unfortunately, because we haven't had a good Raw and God knows fucking how long now. So we come up here and review, and I do the same thing for SmackDowns. Tuesday's a little different for me. Tuesdays I'm usually, I get to work, but it depends on each Tuesday. I initially did have to work tomorrow, but actually I got off somehow. And I make my own schedule, so go figure with that. But then I do a podcast every week. I just started called Cardcast, and I review the whole week in depth, and then everything else in between: pay-per-view results, predictions, breaking news, you name it. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe to the channel, and I really would appreciate it. And let's just dive in the Raw now, right? Mother of fucking God, dude. The show starts off with Stephanie McMahon coming out, and I'm looking at WWE's Twitter right now, and the first thing they say, it's a big night. So Stephanie McMahon is naturally kicking things off on Raw. First off, I can speak this through every other wrestling fan. If it's a big night, the last thing we want to see is fucking Stephanie McMahon coming out and starting shit off. I promise you. That's the last fucking thing we want to see. Someone talking? Oh, it's a music. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, we're good. Jesus. So anyway, Stephanie McMahon comes out, right? And it's just comes out and says this is a big night, and then she introduces her brother, the best in the world. Almost at the Miz, Shane McMahon, and basically Shane McMahon does the whole thing with the best in the world. CM Punk chants ensues, of course, and it was just kind of awkward. He said, let's see the highlights from last year, and it was just him and the Miz and all that shit. So it was awkward, and then you hear the Miz's theme song come out, and then he comes out and attacks the Miz, Shane McMahon, and I guess this feud's still going, which we all kind of knew, which I predicted anyway, so which is fine. But you know, it's just not the way they did the whole opening segment. It didn't really excite me. It was okay. It wasn't that great, but I'm not attached to this fucking show like I should be for a shakeup. I remember like in 2004 and 5 and 6 when these drafts happened, man. I was so fucking excited. You know, I remember so clearly when John Cena opened up. You know, it was actually Chris Jericho with his highlight reel and all that shit. And John Cena came out as the first draft for Monday Night Raw, and that crowd went fucking glued. And we all knew it was coming anyways because John Cena was the biggest thing since sliced bread at that time. And that like was so exciting. It was like so monumental. I mean, highlights are used from that still. I mean, that's brought up all the time. That's used for everything, for a lot of things, for different reasons. And this opening segment is never going to be used for anything. The only thing that made it kind of unique was, if you guys saw on the side for The Miz, he got busted open. I'm not really sure how that happened. I'm assuming he got thrown with a barricade or something and he got hurt. I don't know, but it just wasn't a good opening segment. I'm like, this is a superstar shakeup, and they're entwining the storyline with it. Okay, fine, but it just nothing. I had no sense of like, this is awesome or this is cool. I just like didn't care. I just didn't care. And like I said to years past, and comparing to opening, shake-up segments or rash segments, I didn't care for it, man. Didn't care for it. But the storyline with the Shane McMahon and The Miz, okay, that'd be fine. I think it's still going to go. I mean, now they're going to be different shows, but it's still going to play in. It's still going to be fine. I still think they're going to have a good match the next time too. But I wasn't enthralled with this match. I just couldn't do it, man. Or this, I'm sorry, opening segment. Just couldn't do it. But then moving on here, I can tell it's going to be a quick review because I'm already getting pissed with this shit. Ricochet comes out, and I said this earlier, did you guys notice, instead of all the fucking lasers and lights and all that shit, we had little fucking Ricochet bullets beginning of his intro? Oh, mother of God. WWE, what are you doing? You're just making this awful to fucking watch, guys. What the fuck are you doing, guys? This is just fucking Ricochet bullets beforehand, and then weeks prior, and then tonight we had the Creek from Aleister Black's fucking coffin thing. God, it's so fucking cheesy. And don't get me started on it, because I know the Undertaker's stuff is sometimes cheesy. Don't get me wrong, but now this is just a whole new fucking level with their entrances, man. It just become more cheesier. Is it not? Don't tell me I'm fucking wrong, because I'm not fucking wrong. This is just so fucking cheesy. With all the entrances and shit, with the Ricochet bullets. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my God. But anyways, they're keeping Aleister Black and Ricochet on Raw, which is okay. I'm okay with that, actually. I do like him as a tag team. I would eventually like to see them go their separate ways, because I think Aleister Black would be a top guy eventually. But I would actually, I did want them stay on Raw, I think. I actually think Aleister Black himself could actually benefit being on SmackDown more, but I'll take them being on Raw for now as a tag team. But then later on we had probably the most controversial thing of the night. We had Aleister Black and Ricochet versus, who else was in this fucking tag team match? Curtis Axel and Zack Ryder versus, I can't remember the third, the Revival, and then the fucking Viking Experience. What the fuck? What the fuck are you guys doing at this shit? It's fucking stupid, man. WWE. What the fuck are you guys doing? The Viking Experience? The fucking Viking Experience? Dude! God, you guys pissed me off no fucking end. Sorry. The Viking Experience. Are you guys fucking serious? The Viking Experience. I literally want to fucking kill myself after watching this fucking match. Twitter blew up. I exploded on my couch. The Viking Experience. I don't want to even go in more depth with that, man. That's just fucking horrible to see. The Viking Experience. That's a horrible name. Who the fuck backstage said, "Oh, the Viking Experience will be a fucking great name"? And Road Dogg tweeted out, or I'm sorry, Mick Foley tweeted out and said, if we had internet back in 1996, which we did, you know, you people wouldn't be like the name Mankind. That was a different. Mick Foley, I love you, dude. I love you with all my heart. But that was a different time. That was a different period in wrestling. This is a whole new fucking level. This is a whole new gameplay now with this shit. The Viking Experience. Hang on. People won't remember the name Mankind. People remember the name Mankind, but they're not going to remember the fucking Viking Experience. War Raiders was a fucking better name. I don't understand why we changed the Viking Experience, man. I just don't fucking understand. I will never understand it, and I don't. I'm lost the word. Words here. I'm just so fucking mad with the Viking Experience shit, dude. That just pisses me off. You're changing all these names and shortening all these names to something fucking stupid. Stupid fucking. That's reasons. You know, Andrade Cien Almas. You go to Cien Almas, and then who the fuck did you shorten his name to? Mustafa Ali. You shortened his name too. And then we did the same thing a couple years ago with fucking Apollo Crews. You just named it Apollo because at the time when Apollo Crews was big, that fucking Crews kid shot up those kids in Florida, and now Crews is okay. I don't understand this fucking company. I don't fucking understand this stupid ass company. This is why I'm so excited for AEW, because I just need something new. I love professional wrestling, but I need something new. I'm so tired of all this stupid bullshit, the stupid name changes, the stupid same fucking matches. That's another rant for the day. I'm gonna move on here. But anyways, I'm gonna call them the Viking Experience. I want to call them, you know, War Raiders, basically the War Machine. Or they've had 3 different names, but the Viking Experience is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, they win this 8-man tag match. Thank God. Something they can actually leave something with their Hell Hyde was winning the match. I don't understand WWE why you change your name. Well, more importantly, Vince. And I'm one of the people that actually like Vince, but this is just fucking horrible. Next, we had Finn Balor come out for a surprise opponent, and it was Andrade Cien Almas, which I realized that Andrade's name is still Andrade Cien on Twitter. I'm looking at it here, so I can't really change his name, I don't think. But anyways, this was actually the best match of the night here. Andrade Cien Almas and then Finn Balor, and Andrade picked up the win, pinned the champion. Not necessarily clean, but he beat him. And you know, it was a good match. It was like one of the best matches of the night. I think Andrade can wrestle with anybody and put on a good match. I think he's really underrated. The more and more I watch this guy, the more I fall in love with him. But he's on Raw now, and he beat Finn Balor kind of clean. I emphasize kinda. And you know, it was the best match of the night, hands down. But there's a lot of rumors that Finn Balor's going to go to SmackDown. You think that they swapped the U.S. and the Intercontinental titles during the switch, because they were really hammering during promos and like preparation for this, that titles could change and tag teams could break up and this whole thing. So I really think that's going to happen tomorrow. I think two things are going to happen here. I think a new tag team is going to break up. It's not the New Day, but I think the IC title and the US title are going to switch over to different shows. I can't imagine the world titles yet. It's kind of weird for me. This is me personally. I think it's weird for me to see the red belt, the Universal title on a blue brand. I don't know why I think that, but I do. But I think Finn Balor's going to SmackDown. I think he deserves going to SmackDown. He's getting a little stale on Raw. And I don't know if that's his fault necessarily. I think he just... I think he's ran out of people to wrestle. And time to go to SmackDown, sign something new for him. I think he should compete for the world title eventually. Maybe not so much against Kofi Kingston, but I think he should go for the world title over there. I think he would benefit from that awesomely. I am gonna clip that video of me grabbing the camera and put it on my Instagram, though. I hope that gives me some traction, because that was legit me being fucking mad. And as most of you guys know, I have my fiance sleeping next to the remover, so I can't just scream on my head. If I was in a soundproof room or middle of the day or just me by myself or whatever, I'd be screaming on a microphone, but I can't. I don't want to get yelled at and embarrass myself on the internet here. You know, someone watching this, hey guys, check this out, some fat ass got yelled at by his old lady. Anyways, we had Elias, and this is one thing I was going to say too. Do you guys not notice, like, weeks and weeks and weeks, and ever since this, you know, the McMahons came out and said they were going to change shit up, ever since then, every time Elias is coming out for something, they always have Elias hit the E minor chord. And then it said, we walk with Elias next on Raw. I don't know why, but that's like so fucking cheesy for me that I want to throw up when I hear that every time. I feel like it's fucking stupid, to be honest. I don't know why. It's really not even that bad. I just feel like it's stupid. I feel like it's cheesy. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. But anyways, we come back, and Elias does this whole thing, and that crowd was really over for Elias. But then we had Rey Mysterio come out, which I guess is not that hers, I thought, and just basically kind of attack Elias, really. And then we had Lars Sullivan come out, does his spiel, and basically buries, not I won't say bury, but beats Rey Mysterio, and Lars Sullivan is this monster. As WWE tweets, a horror movie villain come to life. There's no reaction for Lars Sullivan. Now, if Lars Sullivan never had his issues where he had to leave for a little bit, I think that he would still... I still think he would have the reaction he doesn't have now. I don't think no matter what you guys done or whatever happened, between then and now, I still think about the same reaction. These big macho destroying guys, even Braun Strowman had his days, but I just don't feel like they work anymore in the wrestling. I don't know, no one seems to give a fuck. Kind of did with Brodus Clay for a little bit, and then he turned him into a fucking dancing machine like Cat Williams. I don't know, man. I'm not really into the Lars Sullivan guy yet. I don't hate him. I just not into him. I don't know. He was kind of funny though. He says shit. He's like, that was fun. Like shit like that. That was funny. But I actually would like to see him and Braun get into it one day. I think they will. I think their paths will cross unless one of them cross brands here soon. In that case, it'll be like a Royal Rumble situation. We'll wait till that happens. But their crowd's not with it. I'm not with it. And is this means on Raw? I think he probably fits better on Raw, to be honest with you. We'll have to see, I guess. But then WWE, kind of middle of this on Twitter, released a video of Bayley trying to talk to Sasha Banks on the phone, and the Iconics come up and all that. And the whole Sasha Banks thing, I didn't touch last week my podcast because it really didn't come to light until after I recorded it. I uploaded on Friday, but I recorded it on Wednesday because I had some problems with rendering all that shit. So I'll go over it this week, my weekly episode here. But basically, Bayley says that she's gonna have a mystery partner and find somebody. And what the kind of fun thing was that the commentators kind of buried Sasha during this and said, it's more of a kind of an upgrade. It's like they're really trying to piss Sasha off, and they're really pissed at her because she didn't show up for work. But do you fucking blame her after this episode? Do you fucking blame Sasha Banks for not showing up today? We'll come back to that match in a second here. We had Chad Gable and Bobby Roode versus Mystery Team, and it was the Usos. And the funny thing was that a lot of the people, I saw this retweet this, WWE botched. I'm sure we botch a Mania later. But when the Chad Gable and they have a real name, Glorious Tag Team, or whatever it is. When they came out, I guess they had under the title or the name card, it was Usos, which it was kind of a spoiler. I didn't see that. I didn't pick that up, but it was all over Twitter. But anyways, the Uso comes out, I'm surprised now, and come out and win. They beat Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and I'm not really with Bobby Roode and Chad Gable anymore. I'm just not. I think Chad Gable's awesome. I think Bobby Roode's awesome. I think he deserves at least a IC title run or US title run or something at least. I think. But the Usos win, and Usos on Raw, which is surprising, actually. I just still think they're going to sneak out of WWE. Maybe not now, but later down the road, and head to All Elite. I just get that vibe. I could be wrong, but I just get that vibe they're going to sneak out soon. But they're on Raw. Let me take a drink here. Oh my god. I need a break from this shit for a second. I just can't. I'm still fucking mad about the Viking experience. What the fuck? WWE, the Viking experience. Oh, Dean Ambrose comes out to Raw to talk to the fans again. I don't fucking get this company, guys. Let's look on Twitter here to see what people say about the fucking Viking experience. It's just so fucking stupid, man. I just can't believe that. Future Trunks, what's up, bud? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for heading in here. Welcome to my rant on WWE for a moment here. Man, I'm just so fucking livid about this shakeup, man. I am not excited at all by any means. Yeah. It's basically everyone's saying that Vince is ruining it. Like, Triple H comes up with these great tag teams, and these great names, and all that. Too sweet, man. Thanks, buddy. Welcome to the show. Triple H comes up with all these names and tag teams and makes them great, and they get the main roster, and Vince is like, oh, let's change it up to something. You look at Vikings, Viking experience. That's right, you're a Viking experience. It's like, fuck, dude, fuck. It's so fucking stupid. AJ Styles and Raw. You think that's dumb? You know what? I can agree with that to an extent. He kind of... I said the same thing with kind of Finn Balor a moment ago. I think AJ kind of ran out of people to wrestle with on SmackDown. Unless you move everybody else around him to SmackDown. But it kind of seems like all the main players are staying over on Raw. On Raw. So I don't know. And SmackDown. So I feel like maybe it was a good move because he can wrestle with a couple of new people. But I just think it should have been... It was either AJ Styles or Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton was probably a better pick, to be honest with you. Hell, even Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan could have really spiked up the ratings on that show. But it's all good. I mean, I'm not upset about AJ Styles by any means. I was expecting him or Randy or Daniel Bryan, so you knew it was going to be one of those three guys. Or Kofi, for that matter of fact, But I'm just trying to check Twitter here. I'm just seeing what else is staying on here, man, A lot of people were really pissed off about the Superstar shakeup. It was very underwhelming. And, as we all knew, apparently some people had a problem getting over to Canada with production teams and all that shit. And it obviously showed. Had the fucking Uso names pop up. You had a lot of botches. You had a lot of just weird shit happen tonight. I can't really remember any specifics, but I remember watching and going like, what the fuck? I'm going to dive back in the show here. I just want to take a second from this because I'm a little flustered at the moment with all this bullshit. But anyways, we had a top of the hour's moment of bliss, and Sami Zayn was a special guest, and that crowd fucking popped hard for Sami Zayn. They played music 3 times, they sang along with it, and it was actually really fucking cool, really fucking funny. And I love Sami. I think him and Kevin Owens are, let me turn this down hold on a second here, one of the most underrated wrestlers on the fucking card. I mean, I really think that. I mean, the whole entire brands. I think they're one of the most underrated wrestlers. And Sami Zayn's heel turn, heel run is, I think, is gonna be really fucking funny and really fucking cool. And his new catchphrase, "See you in hell," and he kind of turned the crowd and said, "Montreal's a beautiful city, but the people in it suck," you know, whatever, something along those lines. And it was really funny, and basically bashed his own crowd and told Alexa Bliss he didn't want to be on her show anyways, and said no offense and all that. But it was. I like Sami Zayn a lot for a lot of music reasons. Number 1, he's a great wrestler. Number 2, he's fucking entertaining as hell. And 3, I think he deserves to have a lot of time lost by the TV. I really think he could. I don't want to say be a top guy and like bring ratings in, but I definitely think he can really get over the fans. I just my opinion. Do I think Ray slipped off the rope and botched it? Yeah, it was definitely a botch, man. I think if it wasn't a botch, they would make it more. I think they would put it on the camera more. The camera would showed it more. So I really think that was a botch. I mean, he was hurt. I was at WrestleMania, and he looked rough at WrestleMania. So I really think Ray's thing was a botch. I think they would have made that more apparent if it wasn't a botch. Redneck Gamer, thanks for tuning in, buddy. If let's be honest about the show, I thought it was very boring. I thought it was very predictable. The Bray Wyatt stuff was pretty lame. The main event, you knew it was going to be AJ. Yeah, it was all predictable. It was so predictable. The only thing that really wasn't predictable really was just like, you knew AJ was coming, but like Rey Mysterio, I mean, was that really like a heartstopper? Oh my god, The Miz, he's jumped shit back and forth. That wasn't surprising. Like, basically all the like mid-carder switch, man. Like Andrade seeing Almas, that was okay to see. It was pretty cool to see, but wasn't like anything heart-stopping. There was nothing like, like, whoa, what the fuck? I mean, nowadays you're not gonna have that, of course. But, you could have a lot of... You can make it exciting. You can make it like, wow, that's really cool to see. I didn't get any of that tonight, unfortunately. I just didn't... It was all predictable. The main event, you've seen his main event, minus AJ, but you've seen his main event 1,000 fucking times. It's just boring. And the Bray Wyatt stuff, it is kind of lame. It's a little weird. It's a little... corny, if you will. I mean, if he comes back as like this new character, new gimmick, but it's on a Bray Wyatt thing, I'm all for it. At this rate, I'm all for anything fucking new. I'm all. Oh, I can't even talk to them. I'm so fucking flustered. I'm all for anything new that WWE brings to me, as long as it's good. Except the Viking Experience. That shit fucking sucked. Any name changes, I'm not for. But, the Bray Wyatt thing, I think they're kind of repackaging him, but still in the same light as he was before. Just my opinion. What am I doing here on time? Been alright? Okay. I don't have to be anywhere. I just want to make sure I'm not like... My live stream kind of lately has been kind of choppy. I don't know what the issue is. I have great internet. It's all hardwired. I'm not really sure what the fuck the issue is. So if it's slow potato quality, I'm sorry. I'm just saying where the wrestling... Where is the wrestling? Where is the storytelling? Where is this to make me feel like I'll expire in wanting to watch your show? It's to the point where I'm done. Yeah, man, I would agree to 110% there. I've been watching wrestling for 20 years. I lived through the Attitude Era. I lived through the Ruthless Aggression Era. I lived through the PG era. There was a time when I was in middle school, a little bit of high school, I didn't watch it. But I knew what was going on for the most part, basically the main storylines. And I thought 2009, 2010 era was the worst year in wrestling. But I think I'm going to take that back. I think 2017, 2018, 2019, man, I think is the worst years that WWE has ever had. I mean, fuck 1995 and 96, man. I think this is it. They're in obviously better shape than they were 20 years ago. You know, there was a point when WWE thought they were going to go under. But now, you know, it's, now they can go under. They can put the most quality shit out and they still be fine. That's the shitty part. They can put out anything they want and they still be fine. I wish WWE would get to a point where, you know, it's getting so bad where they're losing a lot of shit that they have to change. You know, and I've said this for a while too, that I really hope one day, I think there will be one day, it could be next year, could be 2 years, could be 5 years, I don't know, but I think it'll be one day where WWE just decides and just says, we have to change. And I hope that happens one day, you know? Becky Lynch or Lacey Evans? I'm a Becky Lynch fan by heart. I love her. I've loved her since she was in NXT. But I just retweeted something today on my Twitter where I saw, it was like some guy just said, fuck, I'm going to end up liking Lacey Evans, aren't I? And I retweeted that because I kind of have that feeling that I'm going to like Lacey Evans. My fiance watches this with me every fucking week, and she can't stand her. And I'm kind of, and I used to not stand her either, but now I'm kind of like, I think I'm starting to like her. After that moonsault thing, I only watch her in NXT, but that moonsault thing she did, that jump the turnbuckle and backflip, that was pretty cool to me. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of pretty cool. Even my fiance was like, that's pretty cool. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm a Hart fan. If you're asking me who's going to have the title, Becky's going to have that for a little bit. I always say I think it's going to be the summer of Lynch and the summer of Kofi. So we'll have to see. You're 33. You lived through the Ruthless Aggression era, and after the PG era, it was just hard to watch. Yeah, I don't know if they need better wrestlers. What it is. I just think they're lazy. I would agree, man. I think they're very, very lazy. I'm 24, so I've been watching this. I mean, I started watching 99, 2000 since I was literally 4 or 5 years old, and I remember clearly watching it. I remember seeing it in my parents' kitchen, watching The Rock being interviewed by Michael Cole, and that's how I kind of got drawn into it. So I watched it all. I've seen about every damn near Monday Night Raw since 1999, 2000. I can't remember what episode it was. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, I lived through all that too, man. Same thing. I went to a million house shows and Raws in 2002, 2003, 2004 area. And as I got older, and as I moved to my parents' house and went to college and all that, and had a job, I started going to all these shows again, like 2013, 2014, 15. And I don't want to say it got better, the wrestling and the show didn't get better, but like the stage and the ring was cooler, I guess. It was more modern time. But, as you watch it, just doing this, and I can't stand it, man. I can't stand watching something that I love just go downhill. I remember when I was in even fucking elementary school, middle school, wrestling was still cool. Even 10, 15 years ago, it was still cool. And now, you tell your friends you used to watch wrestling, they're kind of like, what? I kind of wish I had those days where, I could show my friends, this is what I'm watching. You need to watch this. And now I'm like, I don't want anyone watching this with me, making fun of me for it. And, at work, people are like, you used to watch wrestling? And the honest truth is, I love wrestling. I love the sport of professional wrestling. But I'm not a fan of WWE as I once was. So when All Elite hits, I'm going to be happy. I think it's going to be great. But, I can't watch the shows anymore and be honest to God, satisfied. I just can't. I would love to, but it's getting too rough for me now, man. It's just getting worse. It was supposed to get better, according to McMahon's, but it's just getting worse. Nothing changed. EC3 versus Braun Strowman was trash. Yeah, man, it wasn't very good. EC3, I think, is awesome. I think he should never left TNA. But obviously there's a storyline ensuing in there somewhere. Somewhere in there, there's a storyline ensuing in it. But it wasn't very good. I mean, Braun's an animal. I love Braun, but I think the opportunity they had with him to make him this big mega star and the champion, all that, kind of sailed about a year ago. Yeah, Redneck, I would agree with that, man. I don't think I think the talent is good. Um, you're right. I think it's like the character themselves. Like I watched Joe Cronin. I'm a huge Joe Cronin fan on YouTube here, and he said basically the same thing. Like all these wrestlers are robotic, and I think the wrestling talent is there for sure. The wrestling itself is there. But when it comes to charisma and like attitude and badassery and all that shit, it's just not there. It's more robotic. It's so scripted. It's so robotic that it doesn't feel real. Like I don't like, for example, Seth Rollins. He's a top guy right now, right? He's been a top guy basically for the last 4 years now. But it's just like he's kind of boring on the mic. Like he does get animated, but like the shit he says is just like it's too cheesy. And a lot of people do that too. Roman does that. Any heel does that. It's just too cheesy, man. You know, I think the wrestling talent is definitely there for sure. Just the charisma and the attitude and the characters, you know, as it once used to be, man. I mean, if you've been watching as long as I have, probably longer, about 10 years older than me, you know, it's just not there anymore. Just not there. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. I don't know if it's because WWE is trying to be careful with all this stuff. I don't know. It's because, you know, the people themselves. I don't know. I don't know. They gotta do something, man. And I just heard something the other day that Vince McMahon, or I heard it the first time the other day. Apparently this came out a while ago. But Vince doesn't want like another Rock or another Stone Cold or another Cena, like a megastar. He like wants all the rest of like all the talent combined to be one giant like star. And I think that's stupid, to be honest with you. If that's true, I think that's stupid. So I don't know. Just after tonight, man. I mean, I say this every week. You know, like, after shitty weeks of wrestling, I go on YouTube and I just binge watch a whole bunch of wrestling from 2002, 2003, and even from like the 98, 99, 2000 era. Basically, those 5 years, I binge watch a lot. It's like the wrestlers are pit bulls and Vince has them all by a leash, yapping everybody. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, back then, you know, DX is a perfect example. You know, they basically said shit all the time. They got in trouble with it. But now there's like a certain list of rules that you can't say or can't do, and they have to be really careful what they say and do. And that's a damn shame. You know, you're exactly right. I think Vince has them on a short leash with a lot of shit they can't say and do. And it's getting to the point where it's like, you gotta do something. You gotta make it a little more edgier. And I get it that a lot of their fans now are a lot of, like, kids. But you still have a lot of fucking wrestling fans that are our age, you know, even older, you know? Christ, I was watching wrestling when I was 5. It didn't corrupt me that bad, I don't think. So I think just make it a little more edgier. It doesn't have to be all about sex and violence, but goddamn, get me entertained. You know, we used to have 6 million people watching this show. Now we have like less than 2 million. Honestly, I think when they move to Fox, they're gonna get TV-14. It is the only thing that will really save them when they need to bring back aggression, brutalness that they did at WrestleMania. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think this Fox deal is either going to make them or break them. By break them, I mean, you know, get worse than what it is now, I guess. But I think even to Fox, I mean, supposedly Fox is asking WWE to be a little more, quote, edgier. So I don't know if they are or not. You think they will? I mean, who's the fuck going to turn to Fox on a Friday night and see this and be like, "Oh, this is stupid"? You gotta draw some sort of attention, and the shit they have on now is not drawing anyone's attention. If anything, it's everyone's going away. Everyone's watching their own shit. You know, this should be the best time for wrestling because there's hardly anything on Monday nights. You don't have Monday Night Football. You got playoff games for some stuff, but football is the main thing that takes away audiences away. Football's not on right now. This should be the best fucking wrestling you see. We should have a lot of people watching it, and we don't. You know, but I think when they do move the Fox and they move the Friday night, man, I think it will help. I mean, I'm hoping it will help, but I have that gut feeling it will help. I don't think it's going to be a full 180, but I think I don't know if it'll be TV 14 either, but I think it's going to be a little bit more. I don't want to say adultery. I don't want to make it sound like a porno. I guess a little more mature, if you will. I think they should. I just can't fucking. I can't deal with it anymore, man. Just the same shit over and over. It's the same matches, you know. How many are adults and preteens? Yeah, probably. When I was at WrestleMania 35 this year in New York, and there was actually about 6 teenagers behind me watching it, and you know, to be honest, I did see a lot of little kids roaming around, but it was a lot of adults and like 14 and up. I did see a lot of that more than kids, to be quite honest with you. But what parent wants to spend $400 on wrestling tickets for WrestleMania, you know, and sit there for 8 hours? But yeah, and I think you're losing a lot of these fans though who are in our age, like the preteens and adults and up and up. I think a year ago they had like a 2.8 million retention, and now that's like at I think like 2.1. So they lost about 700,000 fans or people watching every week. 700,000 people. On a rating scale, that's not a lot, but think about it, that's 700,000 people don't watch wrestling anymore, you know? I don't know what this company needs to do, but changing names like the fucking, you know, War Raiders to Viking Experience is not going to help anything. I can tell you right now. It's not going to help. I'm just so fucking tired of it. By the way, guys, if you are new to this channel, please leave a like down below in the video and subscribe to the channel. I come up here every Monday night and review Raw. Sometimes it's not the most positive. Most times it's really shitty. And I do SmackDown once in a while. I do work on Tuesdays. But every Wednesday and Thursday I come up with a weekly episode and review the whole week. So if you guys are watching this first time, hit that subscribe button. Hit welcome to the channel, guys. Watching wrestling for a long time here, so just try to come up and talk wrestling with people on the internet here. The aggression at WrestleMania made me want another ruthless aggression. The Miz with that giant superplex, Triple H, how brutal it was. Yeah. Man, let me tell you what. I watched that superplex live. That was fucking gnarly. That felt like it took forever to hit the fucking ground with that. And yeah, same with Triple H with the whole nose ring and all that shit. Yeah, man, that was pretty fucking brutal. I don't know why they can't bring that shit onto TV. I don't know if it's because they're on their own network and they can get away a little more with that shit. But I don't know why they can't bring that to TV. I don't know if it's a USA thing. I don't know if it's like a TV rule thing. I don't know. I'm not obviously a TV expert with that shit. But USA used to allow TV 14 for wrestling. You know, why couldn't they do some of that shit now on USA? You know, Raw's gonna stay in USA. I believe they're staying in USA for till 2021, so they got a little bit longer to stay in USA. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of unanswered questions here. You got a lot of people working in that company. I can't imagine not one person saying, you know, you know, hey, we should do this and that, and maybe they do. Maybe Vince is just like, you know, fuck that, we're not doing that, because Vince is a very, you know, egotistical maniac who just wants self-control over everything. I just don't understand why they can't bring that attitude and that aggression from, you know, like you said, from WrestleMania from last week onto TV. It doesn't have to be the exact same, but something along those lines. Just a damn shame. A goddamn shame, you know? And recently, this is the reason why I come up with my internet, to yell at my computer and yell at the world and explain my frustrations about professional wrestling and WWE. And that's why I'm looking forward to AEW recently. Need something fucking new. Want to get back to the review here, but Raw. Just wanted to finish. I just want to top that off real fast with Raw. But a lot of good points. Thanks, guys, for the conversations. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Stick around for more. There's a lot more shit coming here. I try to come up here 3 times a week. Try to. So thanks for those. I really, really appreciate it. Stick around and ask any of the questions you guys want to. Say anything you guys want to. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to kind of finish off Raw here. There's not much left. Not much I really want to say about Raw. But Sami Zayn is awesome. Awesome heel work. Awesome mic work. And, you know, I can't wait to see what happens here. Can't wait to buy the shirt where it says "See you in hell." Because, you know, that shit's coming. But we had the Iconics, and then we had Bayley, who had to find a partner because Sasha isn't there, because Sasha's on vacation, because she's hired WWE, like we mentioned before, and she's partnering with AEW, because AEW's a hell lot better company right now. So, just putting it out there, you know. But yeah, no, Naomi is now a member of Raw. Cool. Again, I kind of knew that was coming when I saw the Usos. You know, who she married, Jimmy or Jay? I can't remember one of the two. But, you know, that was kind of coming. They kind of don't have to stick together, but I'm sure they asked if they could. But, of course, Bayley and Naomi went with the heartbeat here. And is this a new tag team? We'll have to see, I guess. It could be a new tag team. I think Sasha's heading out the fucking door. I would think. I think she's out the fucking door. She's leading and leaving a lot of cryptic tweets, a lot of shit on social media. I don't know. But Naomi's on Raw, which is cool, I guess. Now here's what the other guy mentioned here earlier. EC3 and Braun Strowman. Not much to say about this. It's supposed to be a match, but Braun came out and just basically said fuck the bell, attacked EC3, brought him to the ramp, and basically powerbombed him through part of the stage, part of the announce table that was clearly wood and a cardboard or something. Put him right through the damn table, you know. So is that going to lead to something? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, let's just be completely honest here. Do you want to see EC3 versus Braun Strowman on a one-on-one match? I love EC3, but how good can a match actually be? You know, it could surprise me, but that's what looks like it's going to happen here. But anyways, we had Ruby Riott versus Becky Lynch, and actually kind of a good match here. Becky wins an armbar, and then basically Natty comes out, go to weird, awkward commercial break, and Natty and Becky basically kind of give praise to one another, and say, you know, they basically respect each other, and they both start from the bottom. Now they're there. Then Lacey Evans comes out, does her own thing, and then it was Lacey Evans versus I almost said Natalia. It is Natalia. Jesus, sorry, I'm all over the place right now. But it was Natty and Lacey Evans, and an okay match. It was an okay match, and the winner got to face Becky Lynch for the Raw the Raw Women's title. So is she gonna have 2 matches in every pay-per-view for the Raw and SmackDown title, defending both of them? That's a lot. So I don't know what to see with that. But Lacey Evans fucking wins, and a really cool ending to like a moonsault. So they're really pushing her. And like I said earlier, I kind of retweeted a tweet where it said, you know, fuck, I'm going to like it Lacey Evans. And I kind of agreed, kind of like that ending. So we'll have to see with that. But Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. We're assuming Money in the Bank. So we'll have to see with that. I highly doubt Lacey Evans is going to win unless he throws like a Jinder Mahal type, you know, swerve. But you know, I doubt it. We'll have to see with that though. But okay, something new. I can't bitch. Something new. So we'll have to see with that. You got a guy like Bobby Lashley who can mess up a mid Carter. This dude's a beast. He's got Greek god, yeah. EC3 owed who money? Bobby or Braun? Is that real? Or I didn't hear about that. EC3 owed him money. Weird. I can't, if that was Spark's storyline, I don't remember any of that. I probably was tuned out. But EC3, yeah, I mean, he's awesome. He's fucking awesome. It's just all these NXT guys and girls come up and nothing fucking happens to them. The only one that's really happened is fucking Finn Balor. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Thank you. I didn't hear that. But if that's the case, that makes sense. From what? From what though? Was there a fucking bet? You know, is EC3 paying interest on the car Braun Strowman destroyed? Stupid storylines. Yeah, they have all the talent, and they piss it all away with the grabbing bunch of wrestlers, take them outside, and set them on fire. Yeah. I would agree, man. My perfect example, because I knew this was happening back in October when they did the whole Nikki Cross comes to NXT because they were in Glasgow, back in the fall, and she came out and fought Becky Lynch. I said, please, for love of Christ, do not let that be your debut. And it really wasn't, really. But she went back to NXT, and then it was after the Rumble, or before the Rumble in that area. She came out to Raw and SmackDown and had a couple matches. But that's it. Nikki Cross is fucking awesome. I still think I said Nikki Cross, yeah. Nikki Cross is fucking awesome. She's crazy. She has charisma. She has a fucking character that I love, and I think actually a lot of people love. And where is she doing? Where is she? Fucking dark matches? Fucking Titus Catering? I think she's fucking awesome. And you're not doing anything with her. Finn Balor was like that for a long time. I said Finn Balor. I mean, they brought him up. He won the first ever Universal title. When it was the first person to have the title. Then he got hurt, unfortunately, and for a long time wasn't doing anything. You know, and he didn't do anything for a little while. And right now, he's IC champion, but after that, if he loses it, what's he gonna do? You know, there's a lot of talent like that, man. There's a lot of talent like that. It's a damn shame, and I don't know what it is. Is it Triple H is like, you know, sends him up to Vince, and Vince just says, nah, fuck it, I don't want to do it? I don't know. Yeah, man, the whole Bray Wyatt, yeah, the revamping him and Nikki Cross going with him. Yeah, well, if you remember, like a year or two ago, I can't remember when the hell it was. I want to tell you it was almost 2 years ago now. It was supposed to be Bray Wyatt with Sister Abigail versus, like, I can't remember, was it Finn Balor? Was that a floppy review? But a lot of people were saying that the girl to play Sister Abigail should have been Nikki Cross. And, you know, it never happened because I think... What happened? Oh, fucking Bray Wyatt got the mumps. Like, there was a huge mump outburst. Roman Reigns got it. Yeah, I think they all got sick or something like that. It was like a couple people who got sick, and then nothing ever came to light of that, and they never retry to do that. So if they do that now, fuck yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be really fine if Nikki Cross went with Bray Wyatt, and became the new Sister Abigail, and then they kind of reformed the Wyatt family. Yeah, I'd be all for that. Have her do something. She's too good not to be doing something. That's my issue. She is so fucking good at what she does that she's too good not to be doing anything. Put her somebody, make her have a match. I don't know. I don't know why my notification thing to pop up on my video, but Redneck Gamer, thanks for being a new subber, man. Appreciate that. Great deal. Really do, man. Thank you so much. Don't know why it didn't pop up. I usually have this notification pops up. People are subscribed, but oh, here it is. Did it come through? That sucks. I don't know why it didn't pop through. Maybe I don't have it on. Oh, I didn't have it on. Oh, well. Well, thanks for being a sub, man. A new sub. I appreciate that. Rosemary for TNA. I forgot about her, dude. Yeah, that'd be cool. She's still with TNA? She has to be, I think. But, yeah, I know there's just a lot of fucking people. A lot of good people on that fucking show who deserve to be on the main roster and deserve to have a good run and deserve to be on TV. And we just get the same people. Like, I just wish WWE would have some sort of way. I don't want to say rotation, like they take turns, but like it's just the same people. It's just the same thing. Like okay, maybe have the same formula, but put new people in, and then do something different on top of that, and then put new people in, and do something new on top of that. My thing is just like in the summertime, it's gonna be nice and warm. I'm in Pennsylvania, so summer here is really cool because I live along the river. Am I going to take time out of that time? I go fishing, all that, hiking, the whole thing. And I'm a musician too, so I play a lot in the summertime. So am I going to take time out of that to watch this in the summertime? But not just me. Is anybody else who's on vacation going to take time out of the vacation to watch this? Fuck no. I used to do all the time when I was on vacation with my friends and family. No one's going to be able to watch in the summertime. Braun Strowman and Kalisto as a tag team. Yeah. To be honest, I personally, I do like Ricochet and Aleister Black as a tag team. Like, it's not like it's like my overall thing. If they broke up, I wouldn't give two shits. I wouldn't be heartbroken about it. They're cool. They're a cool tag team. But I think I was saying earlier, I think Aleister Black deserves to go on his own. I think Ricochet does too. They're obviously keeping together for a reason. I think they're going to win a tag team titles somewhat, maybe against on Raw now. They're on Raw now, right? So maybe they'll win that and then they'll break up. I don't know. I just don't know what they're doing together, to be honest with you. I don't hate it, but I guess I could live without it too. Oh, she's in Lucha Underground League. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about her, man. I used to watch TNA a little bit, but I just never got fully into it like WWE. TNA was really at its peak when I was in high school. So the only thing I knew about it was that I watched some YouTube highlights, I guess. But I forgot about her though, dude. I should say she should come to WWE, but at this fucking shitty quality and this shitty show, I wouldn't want anyone coming else to WWE. There's a girl, What the fuck is her name? She just got assigned to AEW. Let me look. She's like the top girl on that damn shit on that damn roster, and it's gonna bother me if I can't find her name. I don't know why that message got blocked. I'm sorry. I'll show it though. Well, I mean that's why John Cena has left, because he's looking. Yeah, he's looking like these new talents give a chance. But when they try to give him talent, ruins fuck someone Raw. You know what? I would agree with that. I think Roman Reigns. I do like Roman. I've never hated Roman. I don't think he's that bad of a wrestler, but I would agree that he's pushed a little too hard. And does make everyone else look weak. That I don't like. But yeah, you know, you have a lot of these new talents from NXT coming up, and Roman, you know, kind of gets the golden shovel. But you know, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, all these new NXT people, you know, a lot of them want to stay down there, right? Because didn't Sasha Banks say she wished she was back in NXT? You know, I'm scared shitless for Velveteen Dream whenever he gets called up, you know? What the fuck was this girl? I'm trying to remember what her name is here. I just saw her name earlier. She's a dentist too. Britt Baker, that's who it is. Britt Baker. Yeah, look up Britt Baker. She lives or grew up about 30 miles where I live now. And she just got signed with AEW. And I would love to see her succeed in AEW. And it's like one of those things where I would love to see her in WWE. But I wouldn't. Like, I would love to see her. She's kind of like a hometown girl here. And I'd love to see her in WWE. But she's like, I want her going to WWE because she wouldn't fucking do anything. You know? The only show that's really good is NXT. Yeah, sometimes SmackDown, yeah. 205 Live is ass. Yeah, I just put the riff-raff they don't want to deal with. I'm not a fan of 205 Live, and it's not because of the cruiserweights or anything like that. It's just the way they present it. It's just the way they showcase it. It's not a very serious show, apparently. You know, they do it before. I think they do it after SmackDown. I know they do Superstars. Or what the hell is it called, the main event? They did it before Raw, because I was there about a month ago in Pittsburgh. And they did that beforehand, but like that's bullshit. 205's bullshit. You know, NXT is pretty damn good. I need to watch it more. But yeah, I think quality-wise, SmackDown's always the better show. I think it has been for a long time. Crazy Steve. Yeah. Yeah, man. That'd be pretty fucking cool. There are a lot of people who I think could go with Bray Wyatt. Even Randy Orton was kind of cool when that thing happened for a little bit. Let me turn this music down here. It's a little out of my end here. Before I blast it. Anyways. I think when they bring up Bray Wyatt, they need to do something fucking big with him. Like, everyone loves Bray Wyatt. You know, when he comes back, it's going to be good. Well, I shouldn't say that. It should be good. But when he comes back, it's going to be refreshing, I guess, probably see him. But it'll probably take only 2 weeks for it to, you know, probably 2 weeks for Bray Wyatt to be fucking buried again. Matt Hardy is pretty damn good, too, with that whole broken thing, you know? Just a little shameless plug here, guys. If you are new, please subscribe. We're just hanging out, talking wrestling. Basic kind of bullshit with Raw and Superstar Shakeup. Follow me on Twitter. I'm really active on that. I gained 100 fucking new followers within 24 hours. On Friday, so if you're part of that following, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. trying to build here little as I can here, and just kind of, you know, enjoy the ride. I love doing this. It's really fun. But yeah, this Raw just blew. This Raw fucking blew, dude. I have no enjoyment. I kept falling asleep during the whole thing, unfortunately. I didn't really care for it. It was my phone most of the time. And there was nothing that surprised, nothing that shook anything up for me. You know? But I'm going to finish off Raw here. Basically, the only thing left, that really was the only thing left to say, was the main event. And to be honest with you, I didn't watch it because I was in here trying to warm shit up and get everything going here. I did see AJ Styles come in. He shaved his mustache off. Looks kind of weird, to be honest with you, without that. But you know, we've seen his match 100 times. It could have been that great of a match. But Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles win the match, and AJ Styles on SmackDown. I mean, I'm sorry these keep being held for review for you, but I'll keep accepting them. They weren't that fucking bad. I'll have to fix that on my end here. There's just so much good talent in NXT, Undisputed Era, who are going to be fucked. Yeah, when they come to the main roster, Velveteen Dreams, Shayna Baszler. I know, dude. There's all fucking good wrestlers and good names. They're fucking phenomenal. I love Velveteen Dream. I love Shayna Baszler. I love Pete Dunne. I almost said Kevin Dunn. I hate fucking Kevin Dunn. But I love Pete Dunne. You know, the Bruiserweight, he would be awesome on the main roster, man. I really think he could shake things up. But I am so afraid of anybody coming up here and, like, just fucking trying to make a name for themselves. Look at EC3. We had high hopes for him. And then, like, fucking nothing happened. He got buried tonight. Basically, got buried tonight by Braun Strowman. That's the shitty part. That's the unfortunate reality there. He's so far away from any type of legitimate run for anything. You know? I don't fucking understand. I don't understand why all these fucking people who come up from NXT just get buried and don't do anything. That pisses me off to no end. That should not happen. Now, I will say there are some people who make it up so far and they don't do anything. Fine, but I feel like the chances aren't even given for that shit. I feel like a lot of the time, you know, they come up and they don't get a chance for anything. Like, they aren't given chances. Give them a chance, and they suck, and take them off. They're good. Keep them on. You know what? I just don't get it. You know? But, topping this Raw off here, I am going to give this Raw, you know what, I could give it a 2 out of 10. That's the lowest we're going to give it in a long time. You know, and now they're basically advertising the Shield's final chapter for the second or third fucking time on a Sunday. And they're going to live stream it from where the fuck they're in bumfuck Egypt or deer shit Alabama. Wherever the hell they're going to be. I just feel like Dean Ambrose is he really leaving? Because, like, it's just like they're giving, like, this hoorah type thing for him. And I don't know why. Why are they making such a big deal for him leaving? They've done it to anybody else. Do you think if Sasha left, they're going to say, bye, we're going to be a celebration? Like, it's almost like a celebration for him. It's like WWE feels bad he's leaving or something. I don't know. Like, why are they making his exit out of the company so fucking apparent? You know? But he wasn't on the show tonight. Well, he did come out. I didn't watch the video yet, but apparently he came out and talked to the fans afterwards, too. Tonight in Montreal. But I don't know why they're making such a big deal about him leaving. You know, especially if he's going to AEW. Let's see here. We got a couple new subs here tonight. I appreciate this new subs, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around here. I don't have a time limit. If you guys want to stay on here and talk wrestling for a little bit, I I have off tomorrow too. Fuck it, we'll stay up all night if I want to. Talk wrestling. We'll rant for a little bit here. But I do come up on SmackDowns. I try coming to SmackDowns here. I am a manager of Domino's, believe it or not. I make my own schedule, thankfully. But I was actually scheduled to work tomorrow, and I switched some stuff around with one of my coworkers. They needed another time off. So I'm up here tomorrow night too. So if you guys want to hang out tomorrow night here, I'll be on tomorrow night, and then Wednesday or Thursday, probably Thursday, I'll have my episode 2 of Cardcast, and we'll go over wrestling this week too, and go over the Superstar Shakeup, and I'm sure more light of the Sasha Banks situation will pop up by then, and we'll talk about that as well coming week. So if you guys want to stick around and hang out and bullshit about all that, stick around, man. We'll have yourself a great time, you know. And these are the future of business, and you're destroying them by not giving them a chance and frustrating to them. Dean, Sasha Banks, how could you not care? Yeah, dude. I mean, Dean Ambrose is a fucking great example. He was part of the Shield, and the Shield are, they're part of one of the best tag teams ever in the whole company. You can't take that away from them. And you're just kind of letting him go. I mean, he's leaving. He is leaving, and so is Sasha. But clearly something is pissing him off, or they're leaving. They're two of your top, one female, one male wrestlers. A lot of fans, a lot of kids, are fans of them, and they're leaving. And I think WWE does care, but I think the damage is done. But the problem is that the damage is done because they did shit or said shit or whatever to them to leave. And they're leaving. I know they're leaving. Sasha Banks, I 110% believe she is not coming back. She's not coming back. And it's a damn shame. Because you're supposed to have this 4 horseman women's match. I think it's going to happen still. Maybe not. It depends what Ronda's doing. But the 4 horsewomen, that's a tongue twister for me, for WWE, and then I guess UFC, and it's most likely not going to happen now. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a cycle that just never ends. I don't know. It is like basically, you're done, put another one in. You're done, put another one in. It doesn't always work with the same wrestlers, but, it's just, there's going to be something new. I don't know what Vince is thinking anymore, man. I don't know if he's trying to go with the times, and he's doing it very poorly, or he's just losing his fucking mind and is just not giving a shit what anyone says or does. I think maybe a lot of people say, why doesn't anyone stand up and say something to Vince? Maybe they do. Maybe they fucking do, and Vince just like, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to do it my way or no way. It's like Vince doesn't need all these executives and writers. They probably write shit out for him. You have I can't even tell you how many people are on the staff for that. Let's say 100, 200 people for all these writers and executives and all that. And Vince denies all of them and says, we're going to do this way. I just get that vibe. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe drama backstage is that fucking bad. Maybe that's why Dean and Sasha are leaving. Maybe it's a fucking clusterfuck out back. Where'd the fuck did music go, bro? Bro. The music's gone. Yeah, we'll try here. But yeah, I mean, it's just a damn shame because I don't know. It's like the future in wrestling and WWE is like diminishing. It's like almost like no one gives a shit about it. It's like Vince just doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't because he's going to XFL. Yeah, man, the whole Ronda Rousey thing, that does irritate me a little bit because I think she skipped the whole NXT thing. So did AJ Styles, but he was already a professional wrestler. But she skipped the whole NXT thing. She basically just trained while she debuted and basically was handed the title and run with it. But you can go either way at that. The one way you could do it is, one, maybe she is Ronda Rousey. They want to make her name apparent in WWE. They use her, clearly use her as the household name to get WWE's name out there. So that's why they did that. But it is a damn shame that everyone else, like Sasha Banks, hell, even Becky for a long time, Natty, Dana Brooke, kind of. I'm not a huge fan of her, but girls like those, they kind of got buried underneath Ronda, and I don't hate Ronda. My fiance hates Ronda Rousey. I don't hate her. I've actually always enjoyed Ronda in MMA, and I think she fits well within professional wrestling. But I think WWE brought her on too strong, if that makes sense. I think when they brought her in, it was too much in your face. When she won the women's title, it was too much of that as well, and just got a little out of hand. And I think that's why people are booing her, because it was just kind of like a Roman Reigns thing. It just kind of got pushed in our faces too much. Yeah, now look at Billy Gunn now. He's in fucking AEW, where he's probably appreciated better. I mean, do you blame him for leaving, saying fuck you to Vince and heading for the hills? Yeah, but imagine if there was there was a certain number that how many people work as writers for WWE, and imagine all of them. Let's just say example for 150. Imagine if all of them became the Vince, and Vince shows maybe 2 things of the 150 people they write. That'd be a nightmare. It's like you're getting paid to do nothing. I mean, really. But then there was a job offering, apparently, for WWE to be a writer. Who the fuck wants to apply for that? Any Hollywood people that, work, in script writing, don't know anything about the company, will. But anyone who is a fan is also a script writer. And they hear the dirt sheets and backstage comments. No one's gonna want to fucking do that. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd rather light my nutsack on fire than fucking work for WWE and be a story writer. I'm just double checking some things here, guys. I got a lot of views tonight in my video, so I really appreciate you guys hanging out here with me tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. If you guys are feeling generous, helps me out with keeping this funding going here. I do have a SDLive, you can donate through that. I have a Patreon, completely 100% involuntary. If you guys want to do that, no problem. Or voluntary, I should say, whatever. But I appreciate you guys just hanging out here anyways. Really do. Great. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and the likes. Really, really do appreciate that. But I'll stay on here a little longer. I'm not going anywhere yet. Let's get the likes up in here, though. I got a whole bunch of people watching at the moment here. But thank you. Bottom of my heart, really do appreciate that. Trying to build this channel up, trying to build my Twitter up, and we're doing so good. This last week after WrestleMania, just some reason I took off. Really do appreciate it. Oh, funny thing is, the third thing trending for me is War Raiders, not Viking Experience. War Raiders. That's really gonna light a fucking spark. Really, really will. Shayna Baszler is a professional fighter, and she had to work in NXT. She didn't have to come through the business with a silver spoon. Yeah. I would agree. I think the other thing, too, is you could kinda, and I say this kinda because I'm a huge Kurt Angle fan, but you can kind of say the same thing for Kurt Angle. But it took him a year and a half to get the world title on him. It took Ronda, 6 months to get the world title on her. So, like, it was just like boom, boom, bang. With Kurt, he had to do a lot of shit to at least get there. But yeah, Shayna did it the right way. She went in there, got trained, you know, the whole 9 yards, and she became the top female in NXT. And you like to think that she become one of the top females in the main roster. But I'm so scared. She's like a badass fighter. You know, so is Sonya Deville. Where's she at? She's like Mandy Rhodes' sidekick. Mandy Rose can't wrestle that well. I take it back. She's not a terrible wrestler. Just, she's only there for the boobs and, you know, the boobs and hair and ass. It's all about the boobs, guys. Hashtag boobies. She obviously didn't care about the business. She's really going to be there for 2 years and then turn around and say she wants to be family. Should have thought about that. Yeah, I agree with that too. If she really is taking time off for that, I mean, you see a lot of female wrestlers retire early to start families. Trish Stratus is a good example. Karma, remember her? She left and came back. Like, I think that was an accident, but she's planning on it. So WWE really going to pay her for being gone for a year. She does start a kid, and who the hell knows? You know, I'm not a doctor on conceiving a baby by any means, but who the hell knows? Is that going to take forever for her to get pregnant and then be out for 9 months and then recover and all that? Yeah, you're right. She should have thought about that shit. I don't know why she didn't. You know, who the hell knows? Maybe that's all rumor. Maybe they just told her to take 2 months off to come back. I don't know. But she's under contract until 2021. So she's glued there for another 2 years. Do I know why the Miz is bleeding from his head? I don't know. I mentioned that earlier and throughout the show here. My theory is that maybe he got thrown over. He might have hit a chair. He might have hit something on the ground. Maybe Shane actually punched him too hard. I don't know. I didn't really see that. I didn't have a chance to go back. I didn't know he was bleeding until like an hour later. I saw on Twitter that, you know, on the side of his head he was bleeding. The one thing I will say though, that did you guys see during a Finn Balor and I was Aleister Black, Alistair and Jesus fucking Christ, I'm sorry, Finn Balor and Andrade Cien Almas, the ref had gloves on. Did you guys notice that? Does anyone know why there were gloves on him during that match? I'm curious to know. Yeah, you had to be off writing porn and writing for WWE unless you wanted to be creative with porn. Yeah, you're probably right, man. Yeah, I'd rather be a porn writer than WWE writer. At least they would say, oh yeah, dude, that's fucking great shit. Hang her upside down, light her on fire? Fuck yeah, dude. Put that in the porn video. You know, try to do something creative like that in WWE. Like, no. We gotta change names now instead. Let's do that. Viking Experience. They probably call the porno Viking Experience too. Put them up in fucking Viking uniform and all that shit. I'm sure if we type in the Viking Experience porno, something crazy would pop up. I'm half tempted to, but I don't really want to get a virus on my computer. Yeah, man, the thing with WWE, though, is with the writing, they're asking for help, clearly. They hired, Brother Love. My fucking God. Help me out here. Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard. Mother of God. I'm getting tired, apparently. Bruce Pritchard to help with creative writing. And, he's the biggest critic for WWE. And, you know, he's not, like, apparently his price suggestions are coming through. Because if they were, it'd be a lot better. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on behind there, man. But the script and the whole storylines is just terrible. Somebody back there's got to do fucking something, man. Someone's got to get through Vince's head. And it's hard for me to believe that Vince hasn't tried that. And maybe they're just kind of like, well, nothing we can do. You know? Yeah, the Miz and Shane was basically an excitement throughout the whole show. And I said in the beginning of my review here that, you know, when there were a lot of good, you know, opening segments to a lot of shakeups and drafts. And probably the most notable one was when John Cena came out during Chris Jericho's highlight reel show and kind of made a statement and gave, what the fuck, guys, Titus O'Neil, I think it was, not Titus O'Neil, what the fuck his name, the big tattoo guy that Chris Jericho was with a long time, gave him the FU and all that, and that was pretty good. I think the second one's probably the original draft, the 2002 one, where, you know, they had original brand split. But this one was nothing compared to the rest of the opening of this show, you know? It was just slow and stupid, and, you know, it wasn't very good. But that was the only thing I was excited about the whole show. Yeah, that's the only thing I would tell you. That was actually the only thing that I was actually interested in. And the only thing I actually thought, that was kind of different, kind of cool. Usually the reason the gloves of the match on is because they have blood. That would be the only thing to think of. They've been doing that a lot lately. They have been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why the gloves were on for that match, though. You know, I don't know if something happened. I mean, Finn was acting like that knee was busted up. I don't know if that was kayfabed or whatever, but I thought maybe they did put the gloves on for that, maybe. But I don't know. It was definitely weird. I don't know why they would put that on, the gloves on, when everyone was bleeding. Back in the day, they counted. They put their hands right in the blood when they counted. I mean, nowadays it's a little more safer, which is fine. I'm okay with the gloves. If someone is bleeding, all right, I'm okay with that. I get that. Safety reasons, you know, sanitization reasons, fine. But it was just weird. I thought it was really weird. No one's bleeding. Nothing happened. The gloves are on. So, I don't know. Really weird. I find it weird they put the gloves on for that, or they put the gloves on when The Miz had his head busted open. Stop trying to make a fighting experience happen. It's not gonna happen. God, that is all over the place. Isn't that really ruffled a lot of feathers? I mean, it should. Earlier, I ripped off my fucking webcam and put it down and got in my face. Just like fucking this. I was like so fucking mad. I was doing that. I was so mad about the fucking fighting experience. Now to get my thing back on here. My shitty, messy room here. That's why I have a fiance. She helps me clean it up. Because apparently I'm a child. Yeah, I'll say this. I never want to cheer for anyone being injured by any means, but there's a lot of ups and downs for her being injured. Number one, the up is that we're not to see those two fucking in a tag team ever again. I mean, for now at least. But she obviously needs some work, and she needs some, I won't say help, but she needs some guidance. Because she's not the best wrestler by any means, and we all knew that for sure. But but every time I saw Tamina and Nia come out together, I literally just like rolled my eyes. Like I just didn't give a fuck. And I think a lot of people didn't either. You know, how many people did you see wear Tamina and Nia Jax t-shirts? How many people said, I mean, these guys are awesome? No one. Not one person. I literally had not seen one person say this is good or wore a t-shirt. But, you know, I don't know. Just, Nia Jax, I mean, Biggie's hurt too. A lot of people hurt. Biggie's hurt, Nia's hurt. Ray's hurt. Maybe Finn now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess, man. I mean, with Nia being out, you know, you think they'd leave room for a call up or a void being filled, and maybe that's why Lacey Evans is there. Maybe, I mean, I didn't think about this. What if Lacey Evans is filling the void that Nia Jax was to have? I mean, think about it. Becky Lynch, her height and her, white hot run that she's been on, or I guess say was on now, was right after Nia Jax punched her in the face. And now Nia's out. So maybe the original plan was to have Nia compete for one of the titles against Becky Lynch after this. But she got hurt, and now Lacey Evans is filling the void. That could definitely be it. But in terms of, those two, to get Nia and Becky Lynch, I still think they should have a program. I still think you're having a year from now, and I still think it'd be okay to have, to be honest. I think that there's a lot of history behind that, a lot of story behind that. Not that it'd be a great match, but the story itself could be pretty fucking good. The bitch is later The Rock and became a dude with Samoa drop. She shouldn't be calling herself a wrestler. Became a dude a standard Samoan drop. Yeah. She should at least call it something else or do something else as a finisher. I mean, if you guys can tell, I'm a bigger guy too. And I'm limited to do shit. And apparently so is she. I think she needs something else. Maybe like a body slam of some sort. I get they're trying to incorporate her size and her finishing move, but maybe we do like a power slam like Braun Strowman does, maybe. I don't know. But Roman's also really The Rock too, so a lot of people say Roman can't wrestle, which I would disagree. I think he can wrestle. I don't think he's a bad wrestler, but I don't think he's the best either. But he's not AJ Styles by any means. Oh, Andrade's wrist is bleeding. I didn't know that, or in that area. I didn't see that. I was looking on like a back or a head or something. I didn't see it. Thanks for letting me know, man. I appreciate that. They're going to revamp their character when she'll be a new Yokozuna. Yeah, I mean maybe Yokozuna. She's a little more of a bitch than Yokozuna was, if you guys, probably agree with me on that. I don't necessarily hate Nia. She does need some work, 100%, but I don't think she's like, she needs to die worthy, but I definitely think she needs to do something else, man. She needs to either get better or get out. She hurts a lot of people. She hurt Brie Bell, I think. She hurt, so Brie Bell hurt a lot of people too. She hurt Becky, a couple people in between there, I think. She hurt a lot of people, I believe. A lot of views in this video tonight, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. But a lot of people come in and out of here and talk, and it's been a fun time. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I won't head out yet. Stay off a little bit. Like I said, I don't have to work tomorrow. Typically I do on Tuesdays, but if you guys are interested what's up to come up with this channel here, don't mean it's like a broken record, but I just do see a lot of people coming in and out of the video here. I do try to do Raw and SmackDown reviews here. I will be up tomorrow for sure for a SmackDown review. Hang out for that. Hopefully it's a lot better tomorrow night for SmackDown. Holy shit, You think it'd be a lot better tomorrow on SmackDown, but unfortunately, we all know probably won't. Then Wednesday or Thursday, I'll have my episode 2 of Cardcast. Review the week here, and I'll give our breaking news, go over Sasha Banks' situation and the Superstar shakeup. And then the weekends, I usually don't do much in the weekends as a pay-per-view. But if there's any breaking news or any earth-shattering news, I'll be up here. But typically I'm not home on weekends. I usually work a lot on weekends, so I can be up here on YouTube Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. So if you guys are interested, hang out for the ride, have anything I'd like to say, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, the whole 9 yards. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, well, apparently in the dark match before Raw went on air, Tamina and Dana Brooke had a dark match on that main event show they put on the network, and someone's like, "What a main event!" So I'm just gonna kind of read. I don't want to say breaking news here, but read what I read here. Saw Monster said, "Quite the insight I've gone into the WWE management mindset tonight, and folks, it's not pretty, but hey, Road Dogg is good at playing defense. It's not too bad he never played for the Knicks, or it's not too bad he never played for the Knicks. So I feel like something happened behind the scenes here." And then JD from New York said, "They're all fucking mental, bro. Every one of them." Yeah, I said it best tonight. Triple H creates, Vince kills. That's good. It's not about 3 months now. It's about creating and actively changing something great with a damaged mentality. Yeah? Yeah, that's true. Triple H creates and Vince kills. Don't want to really advertise JD from New York here. I do like JD a lot. But he's right. He's exactly 110% right. You know, Triple H creates a lot of shit, creates a lot of new stars, creates a lot of, I won't say new matches, but just creates for the future. And Vince just tears it down and kills it. Just kills it. But I'm curious with you guys in the chat here. I want to know what your thoughts are on the Viking Experience thing with the War Raiders and all that shit, and the main change of Viking Experience. I want to know what you guys feel about that, because I have a clip. I'm going to play a clip later and basically rant on that later. I got really mad about that. I legitimately got pissed off about it. So I want to know what you guys thought about that. But I'll hang a couple more minutes here. Just hang out. But Sasha Banks, man, she might be heading out, man. I can't believe that. Well, I can, but I can't. But it's a damn shame, you know. WWE treated like shit the last how many months here, you know. They promised her a long title reign, and she didn't get it. Just taking a look on Twitter here. See anything new popped up or not. Not much. Nothing much is happening. Trying to see if anything happened after the show. I don't think really much happened after the show, did it? Besides the whole Dean Ambrose thing. I have no idea what the hell he said, but... yeah, not much is happening now. Don't see anything else news breaking. But I might head out of here if you guys have nothing else to say or nothing else, you know. Any other final thoughts or comments or anything tonight? Still got you on here, so cool. Couple new subs tonight. Thank you guys. Really do appreciate you joining right here with me. And that might be it. Just want to double check everything, make sure we're all good here. Any other breaking news or anything? I don't see much. I think I'm done ranting here for the night. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out of here tonight. To all of you guys who are new here and stuck out with me for the channel, I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe and all that. I'm just reading her thing here. I do hate that Nia is injured. Just wanted to have to harm other people and shows that wrestling needs double knee injury because she injured herself. She injures top talent. Yeah, dude, she does injure a lot of people. I want to know. I want to know when and how she hurt ACLs. Was it like a one-time thing, or was it multiple things over time that hurt both knees? When I heard both ACLs, I'm like, well, that's a little odd. Alright guys, I'm heading out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we'll do this again tomorrow night, and hope you stick around tomorrow night. I'll be on here hopefully immediately after SmackDown, and we'll have a fun time doing this again. So for all my new subs, new followers, and everything, thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I'll be back up here tomorrow, and we'll take it easy, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.